You, like 99% of entrepreneurs, are spending a lot of time on routine tasks that could be automated by AI. Imagine being able to reclaim all of those hours for your business, for your strategy, and your growth. Watch until the end to discover a step-by-step plan on how to set up an AI agent to automate your business and free up your time for things that really matter. Let's look at 3 generations of automated communication system: classic chatbots, and AI agents. The key distinction of agents is their ability to act autonomously within the scope of the given task. That's what we'll talk about today. By the way, I have a separate video where I in detail explain the technologies behind the AI agents and the difference between these 3. The link to this video is right in the description. Now let's turn to the practical value of AI agents for businesses. Where can they be applied? First, let's identify the areas where the use of AI agent is most justified. It's automating meeting scheduling to eliminate manual planning. It's lead qualification to increase conversion rate by focusing on potential clients. It's sales automation because in certain sectors, AI agents can do the sales calls and close deals autonomously. And it's reception automation for intelligent call routing and providing basic information. However, it's important to note that not all tasks can be automated. This raises the question, which solutions should be chosen? When deciding between ready-made platforms and building your custom AI agent, I recommend guiding your choice by the following criteria. First one is the functionality match. If the task can be solved with a standard set of features from a ready-made platform, this should be your choice. For example, if your task is to schedule meetings using a basic dialogue instruction, you can easily find a lot of subscription services online. The second criteria is the complexity of the scenario and pose risks to reputation and financial losses. In that situation, it's better to create a custom tailored solution for your business. The third one is domain specificity. For example, in sensitive industries like healthcare or law, customized solutions or those built from scratch are preferable because it helps you to control each step of the dialogue and eliminate mistakes that could also pose some risks to your reputation or any financial losses. And the last criteria is the data security. If you have a strict security requirements, then for sure you should build your own solution and put it on your own server. After choosing the solution, you should plan the implementation process. How to do this? Let me explain. But firstly, don't forget to subscribe to this channel to not miss new videos. The automation process consists of the following stages. First, defining the task that AI agent will address. Second one, choosing the solution. It could be a pre-made, custom, or customized. The third one is data preparation. For example, collecting the dialog flows or company documents. The next step is development and integration, where if you selected the pre-made solution, then just integration. Then it's testing on internal users, launching, and optimizing based on the feedback from the audience. And now that we've addressed implementation, how can we assess the effectiveness of the solution that we implemented? The key performance indicators are usually the number of successful conversations with users, the number of qualified leads if we're talking about sales automation, the number of scheduled meetings if we're talking about, for example, receptionist service, or the number of sales made if we're talking about AI sales agent. So it's always specified for the solution you've made, but you shouldn't forget to set your own indicator. These indicators should directly reflect the business goals for which AI is implemented. However, implementing AI agents may encounter different challenges. The most common challenges include data shortages, which you could solve by gathering the data needed for your AI system in advance. Limited budget, which you could solve by starting the automation from the most crucial processes. The next problem is team resistance, which you could solve by conducting training and awareness raising in your team. And the last one is security risks, which is solved by developing an internal data protection strategy. So it seems all challenges are behind us, but even after a successful launch of an AI agent, the human involvement is needed. Key tasks for human include working with the qualified leads, for example, if they're AI agents, qualifying the leads, but more importantly, analyzing the data that is collected by AI agents to identify trends and improve your strategy. Implementing AI agents is a strategic step forward towards enhancing your competitiveness. And if you want to know exactly where you can implement AI agents to grow your revenue, you can book my 45-minute AI sales audit call, where I'll show you with your own numbers how AI agents can increase your revenue by 10 to 25% in 90 days or less. Link in the description.